Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So let us start a sample program as I mentioned to the next session. Um, I will show you the program and we will see what is keyword, what is comment, what is identifier, everything in detail. Okay. So I'll be sharing my screen to you so that um, so you can choose like online Java compiler. So online Java compiler, you can choose here and then you will verify the differences between a keyword and you can what are the differences between keyword and what is the identifier, that all differences you can see. So if you search here, there's a online websites will be there. So Java Online Compiler is the one that you need to click, and Programmist is one of the a good website where you can practice your Java programs. Okay, or you can use any IDE like Eclipse or anything. That is also helpful for you. So I'm using this particular website to show you the programs. For example, see class. This is a keyword, and if you write here class, that is not a keyword. So if you are writing one capital, one small, no, that is also not a keyword. So you can see they turn into a proper color, appropriate color. So these are called keywords. So there is a main method in Java that we usually use for program practice, that is public static void main. I will introduce to you main methods. During that time, I will give some elaborative answer on this. So now currently just you understand that this is just a main method. Okay. Public static. What is public? Public and what is static? What is void and what is main? That individually we will get into the details for sure. Okay. Now you need to understand this is a keyword, this is a keyword, this is a keyword, this is a keyword, this is not, this is. So these all are the keywords. Keywords already compiler is aware of that. Okay, that you have to check. And and a literal. So this is a value literal, this is a literal, this is a literal or a constant we say. Okay. So these are the literals and these are identifiers, means practice is a program name. I gave my own so that you can give your own identifiers. So this is identifier, this is identifier, this is also identifier, this is also identifier. So the variable names, object names, these all are the identifiers we give our own. And here comments you see, I just wrote creating object and invoking a function simple. I don't let no use here. And just creating object, I just wrote and left it and I commented it, means compiler will ignore. Here also I wrote one of the comment, compiler will ignore. So this is a basic structure of a program. And what are these all details, that also will get into the next sessions for sure. Okay, I'll be executing this program to print the values of this all. So what it is printing, int a equals to 10. So a value, first system.out.println, the value of a is printed here. So this is a message actually. Okay. So which is given double quotations message and plus. This is also a separator here, means concatenating. While printing time, it will join this message and a value. So that way plus sign supposed to be used. It is not going to use comma here. We don't use comma. Okay. We need to use plus sign. Otherwise it will become wrong. Okay. And semicolon is one of the separator we discussed. Okay. Every statement is ending with a semicolon that you observe here. Okay. That is also one of the important thing. So every statement must end with a semicolon. So like that, all four values are printed. So what is system? System is already a predefined class in Java. Out and in are the variables. Out and in are the variables. Println. Println means it prints in a complete line. You see here after ending here, and it is stopping and it is going to the next line. So that way. Okay. So print in one line. It is going to print in one line and cursor is going to come to the next line. If you give print only, it is going to print in column wise. So that is, these two are the methods. These are two methods. See, Java programming is based on class method combination. Okay. So there are different methods will be there. So that we need to call them. Okay. So println are the methods we are calling from system class using out variable to out. In system.in variable also there we will use sometime to give input. In is used to input, out is used to get the output. So that way it is going to work. So these are the parameters we pass here in system.out.print. Okay. So we will understand this also in detail way. So now this class populating reason what to just what are the keywords, what are the identifiers, what are the separators, and what are the operators. Operators also we will see. For example, um, A equals to A plus 100. Okay, 100. Then what? This is a binary operator. Okay. Next, A plus plus. This is a unary operator. Ternary operator also I will be explaining you. So ternary operator, I will take a separate session for you. So these are the unary and binary. Unary calculations and ternary operators, I will take a separate session for you. Okay, after completing this theory. Okay. So that way I will make it to understand for you. So this I will take and let us go to the slide. I'll be moving the sharing to slide. Now we moved back to slide here. Okay. So what is there we discussed so far? Separators we discussed, literals we discussed, and identifiers we discussed, keywords we discussed. In a sense, sample wise. Comments also we covered. Now, important topic is data types. Data types will be, I will cover in a separate session, but overview I'll give it. What is the data type in Java? Um, a data type is defined as set of possible values that a variable can hold. Means what? Um, what suppose a set of values. For example, as we gave in the program, int a equals to 10. So 10 is holding by a. Suppose 1000 if you give will hold? Yes. 10,000? Yes. So every primitive has its own range of values. Okay. I will show you that. See here. I created one table here. Byte, how many number of values it is going to take? 8 bits. Means it has minus 128 to 127. Okay. Only values takes. It takes only 3 digit of number. If you give 1000 to byte type, it won't take because that defined size is that much. Understand? Why byte short int long for integer types? Integers in the sense no decimal values. Okay. A big integer can be given. No? Why we need short byte int? What do they use? That also I will tell you in detail session. Okay. Now I will be taking here a little bit longer session today. The thing is to cover all the data types. So there are 8 primitives in Java. How many primitives in Java? Primitive types? So 8. Before that, mainly the data types are divided into two. One is primitive, second one is non-primitive. These are also called as user-defined type. User-defined type. User-defined in the sense, what will be that we will see. That I will tell you. Primitives are already there in Java. So like byte, short, int. These are integers. Okay. In one category, 4 comes in. Byte, short, int, long. Next, in another category, floating points will get float and double 2. Next, Boolean one and character one. These are two different ones. Okay. To give characters like A, B, any one character. So every type has its own range, negative to positive for numbers, and characters also we have some certain range in the sense character does not have range. It will take 16 bits. So every primitive has its own size. Okay. If you store more than that, it is not going to hold. That is the reason we said as a data type is defined as set of possible values that a variable can hold. Set of possible values that a variable can hold. That is called as a data type. Why do we give data type? Because program needs values, calculations, and printing names, mark list, understand salary slip. So these all programming needs mostly calculations we need, store the names we need, store the data. So that is important. For example, if you take a bank, okay, What is important? Customer data is important for the customer name, customer bank account number, customer Aadhaar card, customer phone number, customer address. These are the combinations of data. Okay. Here note one point here. We don't have a string here. String is not a primitive type. String is a class. That's come under non-primitive. See here. It comes under second part. So string is a class. Okay. That can be used as a data type to store the names, addresses, and everything. That is one thing. And that also can be used, that string has its own functions that we will see in detail. So I hope you understand the primitives, ranges and sizes also I will go through with. See here. So primitives, first we will discuss about the primitive type, data type only. Okay, primitive. User defined we will see later. Okay, keep in mind. This session I can cover only primitive. Every primitive has its own size in bytes, in the sense byte, short, int, long. These are all same category, integers, not decimal points. You cannot store. Only direct integers only it will store, like 100, 1000, 999, 988. No decimal part will have by this. Okay, that's the main thing. So byte will take 8 bits, short will take 16, int will take 32, long will take a big 19 digits. So in digits, how much? It will take 3 digits. It will take 5 digits. It will take 9 digits. It will take 19 digits. Okay. So whenever you are declaring a variable, suppose let's say long x equals to 1000 you give. It is going to allocate 64-bit memory. Number you give small also, but memory how much is defined, that it will take for sure. Okay. It is not based on number given. It is going to adjust the memory. No. Okay. So for example, if a cupboard is there, suppose a big cupboard, so that a big one to keep 2 dresses. Suppose if you are traveling, then you are going to carry based on the luggage, how much you carry, right? Suppose a bag you will take 1 day journey, 2 dresses. Okay. Otherwise, 1 week journey, big briefcase. Like that, complete moving, then complete luggage. So that for 1 day travel, you don't carry your almirah to somewhere, right? A big large number. So long is always not recommended to create variable type. Suppose if you store a small number, take that. Why? Because hundreds of variables we use for a program. So what happens? It will occupy a lot of memory and it is going to slow down the system. Okay, that is the reason. So I'll be covering in the next session about the details of data type, which is not completed yet. I need 2 more clear sessions so that I'm just holding it here. Okay, I'll cover in the next session and I'll show program also to you on this.